I tried 5 times before you logged in, it was not working. So then I had to reset. I removed the webcam and I added again. And then it started working. There is a little, yes.
Okay, we have blessed. It's working.
It's working, yeah. Yeah, so what is the point here? The point here is insistence. When you insist your happiness in the world outside, it doesn't work because happiness is not there outside. But when you insist with the principles of Eastern wisdom, it works. So we have to insist again and again and again. That is the lesson. I have to insist. Just take an example, close your eyes. Just eyes are closed. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. And the default mind, the impulsive mind with unauthorized occupants returns, oh, where is the happiness? What you are talking. It is not possible. And you say it again. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So you identify the challenge and you nourish the calmness. How? Happiness is our essential nature. Mind, why don't you understand? And the mind returns again with the reaction. Happiness is our essential nature. You have to stand firm. You have to identify the challenge. You have to nourish the calm. You have to stand firm. You have to inspire the positivity. You have to strengthen the intention. And then you can transcend the circumstances. That is the meaning of insist. So you see that how many principles are working, and so that how many principles are working. For that I have to contemplate and reflect. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. So when I start reflecting, first I repeat it 3 times and then I find the meaning of the 3 times. Now the reflection. What is the reflection? What is the why I'm doing it? I identify the challenge. Mind is not working right. It is in stress. It wants to react. Okay, so I identify the challenge. So I nourish the calm. No, happiness is my essential nature. Okay, I stand firm. The mind says no. You say yes. So it means the one part of the mind says yes, other part of the mind says no. And you can't, insistent, we have to insist. If you don't insist, it will not work. That is the problem. We stand firm, means mind returns to default mind with unauthorized occupant, and you apply the discerning intellect. You repeat, no, after all, happiness is my essential nature. What the heck you are doing mine? So once you do it, you find the positivity. Yes. Why? How? Why? Because you weaken the default mind and its thoughts of reaction. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. May May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. I'm not in peace because of you, your mind may say, because of someone else. Okay, but what it has to do with someone else and my peace? So when you are repeating and when you are insisting, when you are inspiring, that default mind changes. And when the default mind changes, the default mind starts removing unauthorized occupants from the mind, unauthorized occupants from the mind. As a non-seeker, it will not work. The non-seeker says, what you are saying, by saying peace, will it work? Why? Because my default mind says anxiety is my nature, reaction is my nature, stress is my nature, and you are saying that by saying peace it will work. The default mind wants to educate the teacher, no, it will not work. And the teacher is saying it is going to work. That is what the Mangalacharan is. So, in the word P, insist. If you can take the insist as an acronym, IN. I means identify the challenge. So it means you become aware of the reaction and anxiety in you pertaining to the circumstances and event. And then N means nourish the calmness. S, that is where the Mangalacharan comes. And when you nourish the calmness again and again and again and again, so this again and again means you stand firm again and again. So here we need to change our belief. What is the belief? Belief says, I have to react going to the office. No, I have to maintain the calm. That inspires the positivity. You see, I means identify the challenge, N means nourish the calmness, S means stand firm. So Mangalacharan is basically you insist that you will be doing the practice the moment you wake up in the morning and before going to the bed, come what may. You are tired, you do it. You are relaxed, you do it. You are in stress, you do it. You are fully busy, you do it. So what that? When you stand firm, you inspire the positivity. You basically, not only you, basically impacting also the prarabdha and inspire positivity, and then you strengthen. So when you inspire the positivity, S means you strengthen the intention. So when you strengthen your intention means your thought process. So default mind starts removing unauthorized occupant, and T means you transcend that circumstances, that event, that condition, that relations, which you think has caused problem, pain, pressure, etc. Now just apply Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness and completeness in all. May there be wholeness and completeness. In wholeness and completeness, I am complete in myself. There is a wholeness in me. Then why I am searching the wholeness? why I'm searching peace and happiness outside, what it has to do with. No, it has to do nothing. So you are weakening, you are what? You are weakening the default mind. But yes, my friend, I told you that it will not mind. Default mind says, come on, what? By just saying the thought will change me? No, it is not going to. Why you recognize that you are in anxiety? That is only in the form of a thought. Whether the thought comes before or after, it doesn't matter. And then, so the process of Mangalacharan is to transcend those circumstances, conditions, and events anytime, anywhere, in any situation and condition. You can, when you are living outside, you can mentally do it even when you are talking to someone who is who is making you angry, and you just start doing it mentally. Let me insist it, let me insist it, let me do it. And when you do it, you are changing yourself. You are changing yourself. So, first thing first, we have to change the default mind to a discerning mind. And the moment you change it, and the entire scenario changes completely. Entire scenario changes completely. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. So, auspiciousness is filled with the peace, wholeness, happiness, joy, love, care, unselfishness. These attitudes belong to the discerning intellect, not to the default mind. So, what is the takeaway? Oh, if the discerning intellect lives, or I think, speak, and act out of the discerning intellect, then what happens? There is a cognitive change. You know what is cognitive change? Change by understanding, change by knowledge. Oh, cognitive change, that is what it is, yes. And 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 cognitive change, it is change by understanding, not doing anything. It is changed by knowledge, or I can say self-awareness, or I can say understanding. I'm making it simple, easily acceptable terms. So now what happens? Cognitive change, did you understand? Yes. Cognitive change changes your behavior and attitude. Oh, change in behavior and attitude changes thought, speech, and action. Oh, thought, speech, and action, when we use it interacting with the world, interacting with the world outside. So, what it means? We change our personal, professional, social, family life. Now is the time to open your eyes. Did you understand? Insist. But if I don't insist, then I say I still, I reacted few times. That is why today I didn't ask you that question. I just, I said, okay, let me put it in this way. Insist. Insist.
Insist in integrate.
Yeah. So I just made it insist in a different way. I say I means that I identify the challenge, means I become aware of the challenge. If I don't become aware of the challenge, the default mind takes over me, unauthorized occupant is there. So without awareness, I don't recognize the challenge. Second is that I nourish the calm. I'm saying the next moment, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Nourish the calm, and the mind is still, default mind is there, its power is there. So I have to weaken that power. So I have to repeat it again, stand firm. That is the S meaning, the stand firm. So what is standing firm? Reaction, Sarvesham. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Again reaction is there against the situation person. Sarvesham swastir. Mentally you are saying it. Swastir bhavatu. No, again you say. So you see that you are weakening. Inspire positivity means that you weaken the default mind again and again. So INSI. And the second S is you strengthen your intention. When you weaken one party, the other is strengthened. And T, and then it depends on the level and the degree of your default mind, unauthorized occupants, but you will be able to transcend the circumstances or event that and conditions and relationship. So what exactly we are doing? Not only by saying I'm aware of that I'm saying this. What I'm saying, may there be happiness for all, I'm aware. If I'm doing it habitually, this is not Mangalachara. Mangalachara means auspiciousness, auspiciousness in my behavior and attitude. No, I'm just doing habitually and impulsively. No, it will not work. So I'm continue to behave impulsively and simultaneously I'm repeating, may there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. So that is not going to work. I have to see that, that reaction, the energy of the reaction is transferred to may there be happiness for all. Oh, you should be happy. Leave me. That is another way to say it. That's another, okay, don't talk to me, be happy. Leave me. What you are doing? You are not doing Mangalachara. So I have to check, identify the challenge, nourish the calmness, stand firm. So I'm repeating. So I'm extracting the energy from the reaction and giving it to inspire positively, to weaken the default mind. Then I strengthen the invitation. Let me continue to do it. Let there be peace for all. Let there be peace. And when I find the peace within me, peace everywhere, I have already transcended that default mind and its reaction. That is what the word insist. That is one way to explain in the word insist. So what I said behind it, what is behind it? Behind it is a cognitive change. In the modern psychology, they use a typical word, and then we see that, it is for psychologists to understand. No, it is for us to understand. Cognitive, cognition, cognitive, cognitive, cognitive.
Cognition, it means awareness.
It is awareness, it is reasoning, it is intellectual, it is perceptive, many meanings. So, when there will be when a psychotherapist tells you there is a cognitive change, you think, oh, when I take these pills, there will be a cognitive change. It's not a big deal. Yes, it's a reasoning, it's purely mental. So, cognitive change means mental change. So, mental change means what? Understanding or self awareness. And that cognitive change leads to change in behavior. I was full of reaction, cognitive change, now I'm full of response. Look at the beautiful way the Mangalacharan has been designed. I'm just explaining in a modern way. No. Cognitive change, change in behavior and attitude. So when change in behavior and attitude? In your thought, speech and action. What is meant by thought, behavior and action? Interacting with the world outside. You express the thought pertaining to the world, speech pertaining to the world, and action pertaining to the world. So when you use the thought, speech and action in your personal, professional, social and family life, Mangalacharya is working. So I have to apply this anytime, anywhere, mentally. Practice Mangalacharan mentally. When? Anytime, anywhere. Practice Mangalacharan when? Where? With whom? With everyone. No, I can control my honey, so here I need not to practice. That control is coming from the default mind. No, I'm totally fed up with the honey, so I will not respond. I will quit. Default mind. I have to change default mind to the discerning mind. Are you getting it? In any situation, when, every time, where, in all the, where, everywhere, with whom, with everyone. Why with everyone? Because I have to change myself. That is Mangalacharan. That is Mangalacharan. Think of this, any doubt is coming in your mind. So silently you are getting rid of the unauthorized occupants of the mind. Unauthorized occupants of the mind are the irritants. Irritants in your personal, professional and social life. Simple. So you insist. Insist means you always remember. Insist means, I already gave you an example. Insist means what? Insist means you are inspired to change default mind to discerning mind or intellect. You are motivated to rise in awareness. Insist means you do not want to continue with the default mind, unauthorized occupants. Why? So there you change the direction of the prarabdha. You change the direction of the prarabdha. You cannot delete prarabdha, but you can change the direction of the prarabdha. How? By sanskaras. What are sanskaras? Your behavior and attitude. What behavior and attitude? Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. That is sanskaras. One have thought. Thought leads, thought associated with the feeling. We are going very deeper into subtle layer. What you have not been doing now, you should be doing all the time. Now, behavior and attitude. So I can change the direction of the prarabdha. Yes. Prarabdha says, what the prarabdha says? Prarabdha says, react, anger, hesitation, laziness, and you introduce the sanskaras. How you use the sanskara? By behavior and attitude. Behavior and attitude. How? By a thought. What is that thought? What is that thought? Mangalachan. Are you getting it?
Yes.
How I change my attitude? No, I'm angry over you. How I change my attitude? Calm down, calm down, calm down. No, I should not be angry over you. I should not react to you. Let me talk to you. Let me communicate. This is going on in the mind. It's a mental.
I recognize and always catch myself when I, for example, in hurry, I see it and I understand that I put something important outside, more important than inside.
Yes.
Same with reaction, aggressive or excitement. It's the same. It means something outside I put more important than inside.
Yes, so you are right. Who puts or place importance to the world outside? It is the default mind.
It means that Eastern wisdom, it's not completely integrated. My mind still trying to act like in past.
Yes.
And I have to change it to automatically react correctly or do it correctly.
Yes. So how to do it? How to do it? Remember. Recall. Repeat. And then when, where, with whom, with everyone. It means that is the meaning of insist. With everyone, with everywhere, at all time. When the mind is empty, you are repeating. You are repeating, recalling, remembering. That is the meaning of insist. Why insist? You already know the answer. That I have yet to reach to a deeper layers of the mind, including the prarabdha, that does not want to change, that wants me to react in this way, but I have to change. And this is one of the most important. May there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. Now analyze. Analyze. May there be happiness for all.
Yes, happiness is essential nature of any creation.
Yes.
So when you say let everybody be happy, it means that everybody
I'm
falls
recognizing.
by real nature.
I'm recognizing happiness is everywhere, in everyone. I'm recognizing. Default mind is recognizing that there is a problem. Recognizing problem, recognizing hatred, recognizing likes and dislikes and attachment. We are not. No, when the happiness is everywhere in everyone, the default mind now has no role to play. But I have to repeat it. I have to repeat. I have to repeat, recall, remember what that means. That means I am insisting the mind. I am insisting. And then what we know what it means by insist. So I go deeper into the insist. I'm aware. Yes, I nourish the calmness by saying this thought, and then I strengthen where I stand firm. Then I stand firm. Okay. Then I stand firm. Okay. And then stand firm means that I'm weakening. And then I inspire the positivity. I check that now is it done? Yes, it is done. So I continue to repeat until the until I find I strengthen my my intention, and I find that now there is no more reaction as such. When there is no more reaction, I am done. That is the meaning. First time I did the practice of Mangalacharan completely. Simply saying intellectually, repeating it habitually, it will not work. And you rightly pointed out that yes, I was not doing it correctly. So one option is that you go to the master says continue doing it. I told you to do it. They don't explain you until you recognize one day by yourself. One day by yourself you recognize. Oh, I was insisting, I was nourishing the calmness, and that is why the thoughts of reaction and feeling have gone. There is a master and a disciple tradition in Eastern wisdom. Why the master does like this? They recognize that this guy will not understand this, or it will reject even if I make the person intellectually understand. And I have understood, I do it, I feel very calm. No, I have to change that prarabdha. Now, once you have understood this, now you see that now you have understood this. Understood means what? Understood means cognitive understanding. Understanding means what? Reasoning. It is purely mental, it is perceptive. Oh, I see that. I have a perception that I'm calm now. I am calm now. I'm calm, I'm receptive, or I can say I'm self aware, I am alert, whatever you want to say. I'm aware and attentive. So that is why we do reflection. That is why we do reflection. Reflection means that you ask all questions of what, why, how, where, and when to that principle. You don't stay. You don't allow the default mind to take over. You allow the discerning intellect to take over. So when that reasoning, I would say right reasoning, the right reasoning, where is that? Where is right reasoning? The way I think, speak, and act in in a situation, with people, with relations, etc. Finished. So that is what it means. What it means, I told you already. What it means, cognitive change. Cognitive change has taken place. Very good. It leads to change in behavior and attitude. Change in behavior and attitude means behavior and attitude are expressed by thought, speech, and action. By thought, speech, and action. Where? In the world. What is that word? Word is your personal, professional, social, or you can whatever you want to say, social, family, lives. When? 24 by 7. Don't forget. When 24 by 7 means what? Insist. You are done. Even now, when you are listening to me, why you forget it? This is there, yes. Receptive. So when you are in peace, there is a higher level of receptivity. You see that? That is the beauty. When there is a peace and happiness and wholeness in the mind, you have a greater receptivity. You have a greater receptivity. Think of it. So, greater receptivity, response instead of reaction. Do I like a higher receptivity or reactivity? So that is what our mind has to think. So when the mind thinks, I need more receptivity, more clarity. So when more clarity is there, the discerning intellect takes over. That is why Mangalacharan and mantra are practiced, had been practiced for 10,000 years in our tradition. Simple clarity is there. So now the Mangala Charan can be any mantra. But first, mind is always looking for peace, happiness, and wholeness. It is default mind approaches by changing its. Uh, we are seekers of peace, happiness, wholeness, uh, wholeness or spaciousness, but default mind is also desiring by opposites. Do you know what is that means? So first I have fears, anxiety, reaction, and jealousy, hatred, and I want to free from them. I want to be free from them. Default mind wants freedom from them. So it wants freedom from them. Why? Default mind says they are permanent in my nature. Now you see,
Yeah,
beauty is this.
but default mind is not able to not do it. It trying to change it one by one.
Even cannot do it. Why it cannot do it? Think of it. Why it cannot do it? It is delusion.
Yeah.
Simple. It is delusion. Do not go further. It is fear exists in the default mind. Fear does not exist in the fear, anxiety, or jealousy or hatred exist in default mind, not in discerning intellect. Discerning intellect says, drive to office. And if the default mind says, no, you will meet with an accident, don't go. Don't go. Or default mind says, oh, that guy does not understand how to work. Default mind says, my car is not working. And then the default mind says, I will have a new car. Distraction. Also, default mind works with distraction, delusion, duality, or you can say depression. Depression I don't want to define with modern psychology. Simple meaning of depression. It is simply depression is unhappiness. Don't define by modern psychology, by simple way. Despair, sadness. Because if you want to do modern, then the psychotherapist will ask you that are you a psychotherapist or I am? No, no, we just want to define in a simple layman's what is the literal meaning of it. Literal meaning is unhappiness, despair, sadness, which I can notice and experience and change my life. How? Mangalacharan. Modern psychology, take these pills, come back, we will take the battery, we will apply the battery, we will check your depression inventory. We are not talking of that depression. Let the modern psychology take care of themselves. This is what this is what is the simple journey. I thought better. Just it came to my mind that I said, no, let me. When I talk of anxiety, I mean nervousness, worry, apprehension. I'm not talking of how modern psychology defines nervousness. Simple nervousness, apprehension, or maybe I would say worry, unease.
What cause of all this situation is trying to get something outside.
That is why I need to insist.
So the delusion that something outside can make you happy.
Yes. Why? Because the default mind says what I'm searching is real. You are right. Yes. Default mind says what I am searching is real. The discerning intellect, Mangalacharan, helps to remove that delusion. I use the word, so discerning intellect, it is the same mind because it starts turning, discerning, it becomes intellect. Look at it, how Mangalacharan can work powerfully if we have a clear understanding. What is understanding? Understanding the knowledge about the mind. What is this knowledge and understanding? It is cognitive understanding, it is cognitive change. Modern psychology. Oh, there will be a cognitive change if you do like this, and you see that as if there is some miracle will happen. We don't believe in those miracles. We say it will happen. Cognitive change. You simply understand it is a delusion and it is the real. And then it takes the path to the awakening. It takes the path to the awakening. Awakening, what is this awakening? why you are seeing awakening. What is this awakening and what you are? Let me give you one simple example. You are engineer, so here is the real self. Does nothing. It is permanent, eternal, peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So it is not moving, it is there. Mind is here, so mind reflects the real self. Two possibilities. Default mind reflects this, discerning intellect reflects this. Reflection is there. Distorted mirror or the mirror with the dirt reflects the sunlight, or clean mirror. Right? So now just see. Default discerning intellect is reflecting this real self. Discerning intellect, which knows real, false, real, false, real, false. It doesn't go to the false. It says, let us go down. Where? Behavior and attitude. How? Thought, speech, and action. How the thought, speech, and action is totally colored by the peace and happiness and the love and joy, because it is reflected by the discerning intellect. So how would be your personal, professional, social, and family life? That is awakening. Not so simple, but I'm making it very simple. In between, we have to follow a lot of principles. You see, now it is reflecting the default mind. You already told it is searching peace and happiness outside. So it is searching peace and happiness. So my default mind knows if I achieve, okay, if I don't achieve, then what? So I have a sense of nervousness and a worry if I cannot. So I have a sense of depression. Use that same word. I have a sense of depression in a layman's language. Okay. So the sense of depression, it means, then I have to react. Then reaction, then anxiety, then this and that. And the whole life is full of how simple it is. You are different from the car in the highway. You are driving on the highway and the highway is totally clear, no traffic at all. It is your discerning intellect. You saw on the map it will take me to reach in an hour, but now the highway is totally empty. You reach in 40 minutes. It happened. It happens to us many a times. It means prarabdha is not there, past impression is not there, the default mind is not there, anxiety is not there, fear is not there, delusion is not there, depression is not there. You are free. Freedom. You are free means you are freedom. Okay, freedom. Freedom. Nervousness is not there because everything is clear. So with a discerning intellect, everything is clear. You are in total control. You don't control it. It's a natural control. You have to understand that part. You are driving on a highway that is totally empty. You are not racing. Racing comes when when the traffic is there. The default mind says you have lot of traffic, you have nervousness, you have apprehension, you have worries. Understand, my friend, clearly. Enough is enough. Now you have to move higher. One guy told me that I have wasted money for 4 years. The same guy. For 3 years. No, for 3 cute and beautiful girls. But now he says that no. I learnt all those, and now I learned that I heard you with the default mind, with the deluded mind. So he went back and he heard what I talked in 2021. He picked up an audio file, he understood it, and he sent the reflection. I said, wonderful. Now I understand. After 4 years.
Yeah, but for him still money is important point. Because he cares that he spend it or not spend it.
But now he recognizes that no, I was wrong. Now he says that I was wrong. So we know, we understand this part. So that is why we take it casually. So then I told him that, did I not teach you in 2021 what I am teaching now? So who is responsible for not getting it? I am responsible. So it means I have to become a seeker. Yes, I have to become a seeker. He confirms that. And I'm learning it. Now I'm getting it. Now no more cute and beautiful girls. You have already told me there are millions of cute and beautiful girls. Why my mind is hooked to one? It is delusion. Now he says, what is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom? The beauty of the Eastern wisdom is when the seeker recognizes, realizes, and he sings the same tune which the master is teaching. You are there. With a different expression, but you are the same. You are teaching the same. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Now you have a direct experience. You begin the journey, and now you have a direct experience. That is what, and how it is a direct experience, I already told you. Real self, discerning intellect, it is full of the same, it is full of the real self. Think like this, reflection. Mirror reflecting the sunlight to another corner, it is the same sunlight. It appears as the same sunlight. But now it is with the peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So there is a cognitive change. Same word, cognitive change, cognitive behavior and attitude, thought, speech, and action, and ultimately, today's session, I said insist. You have to insist the default mind to change. Don't believe it. So what I said, you have to insist the default mind to change to discerning intellect. When, where, with whom, 24/7. When, anywhere, everywhere, where, everywhere, when, all the time. All the time. You are driving, you are stepping out from the house and you say, okay, may there be peaceful. Insist. You are insisting the mind. Insist, default mind. Even the mind is calm, it is not thinking, insist. Why? So that default mind should not return with the reaction and the force it is hidden. How? With the prarabdha and the past impressions. Prarabdha I cannot change, but I can change the direction by sanskaras. You see the clarity, you get that clarity. Prarabdha, you are placed in a situation. What is that situation? You have you have your company, you have your industry, you are working. That is prarabdha. But your sanskaras can bring about a change. You are destined, means destiny, fate, prarabdha. This is the same thing. You have a fate to live with the honey. Who has a problem? Now you see who has a problem. So that is destiny. That is fate. That is prarabdha. Your sanskara will help you how to live. You nullify the impact of the prarabdha or you increase it. My life is full of stress, My honey is crazy. What should I do? Do nothing. Go and jump into the ocean. So it means, I'm working with the default mind. Look at it, scenario, same scenario, and you work with the discerning intellect. That is the power of Mangala